An article, I Am Under Victimization, by Ehsan Sehgal. Humanity and justice still exist. A son of the scoundrel and professional criminal, cheater, liar, and pretender, Muhammad Saeed Khawaja, known as Saeed Shafaq, carrying bogus diplomas from a Pakistani false educational institution for his criminal purposes, living in The Hague. He met me first in 1988 near my residence. At the first meeting, I figured out that he talked against Pakistan, armed forces, Quad-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Allama Iqbal, and Islam. Therefore, I stopped to see him for a long time. He again contacted me in 2011 for a seminar on Pakistani legend poet Faiz Ahmad Faiz. He begged me to help him. I am a humble and polite person by nature and forgive others and forget their flaws. I did the same with Saeed, and I helped him. People misuse that. I was unaware that he came to me in this way with grave criminal agenda and motives. He praised my thoughts, conduct, and character. However, I never took that seriously since his reputation was gravely worst in the Pakistani community, and it warned me about his criminal deeds, but I didn't notice. When my life partner and I divorced each other unexpectedly, during the divorce process, I wrote a 7-page letter to the Chief Justice and Chief of Army Staff at that time on the 20th of November 2012. In the letter, I revealed the conspiracies of the Indian diplomats and raw elements in the Netherlands that tried to buy me for terrorism in Pakistani soil, but they failed. After official divorce, I shifted near to my ex-partner apartment. I realized that some suspicious figures started to join my Facebook with high respect and regard in March 2013. The chief of that gangster was Ramana Said, a Pakistani-Romanian female from Canada, working in immigration. She mentioned in her profile, I felt that I am under the victimization of a criminal group, spy agencies, or literary opponents. However, I couldn't reach such a conclusion that would show visibility. I decided to play the same game that the criminal group was playing, contacting a psychologist to help me in this regard since my life was in danger. I told the psychologist that if whatever happens with me, it will be not naturally, but human-made misdeed to damage me or kill me so that everyone would think I died naturally. She promised to help me, whereas, the poetry gatherings took place in my apartment continuously. I stayed satisfied. Saeed had been coming mostly between afternoon and evening. I always felt that he was recording or sending live our conversation somewhere through his cell phone. On the other hand, Ramana Said a young female seemed to fall in love with me. I was neither a low character nor uneasy to jump in such dramas since I had seen tragedies of my life. I told all such ones as Ramana Said that they cannot fool me, so don't fool yourself. But the gang was on its mission. I read their posts that stated that I was going to heaven soon, whereas, Saeed whenever, sitting in front of me and asked my age and counting 5 times it on its fingers, which I couldn't understand his such practice. In 2016, I suffered from urine burning and bleeding before that all my country mates disappeared, including Saeed, until I became a metastatic prostate cancer patient. Saeed started to visit again after several months, whereas whatever I was feeling, it was on the Facebook status of Ramana Said and later Sophia Nazli, another member of the same mafia gang or hired one of the intelligence agencies. As a broken human, I neither hurt, harmed, disregarded nor humiliated others. I stayed silent, only prayed to Almighty God, every day and night. Evil thoughts were unable to enter my mind. I tolerated, forgave, and stayed away from sight so that others could enjoy their life. Unfortunately, despite that, I remained under the victimization of evil-minded. Not only that, but they also approached and managed to delete an article that my immediate family wrote on Wikipedia, who knew nothing about the policies. However, multiple experienced editors edited that article. My penalty was that I also became an editor. The jealous and opponents couldn't bear that. Consequently, I left Wikipedia for their domination and monopoly. Even after that, they abused my family and me, on social media, and through emails, and recently inhumane and immoral attempts to defame, degrade and blame me shamefully, such as fake and false news, posted on Twitter profile and several other places. My family and I will indeed sue against such immoral propaganda and journalistic crime. I know who that son of dastard is, and such ones have no right to live in civilized societies and spoil morality values only for their pleasure to hurt and cause tears in others' eyes. I am crying, how will God forgive such ones, and how will Western media and laws respond and answer that since 40 years victimization is not ignorable? I hope humanity and justice still exist and will speak and discuss that.